And on this week's episode of Know Your CEO, we interact with BobMwiti, the CEO of Appstec America, a robotics process automation company based in the US. Mwiti, who is on a visit to Kenya, explains how it has been starting and setting up a business in a foreign country, and for this case, the United States. Take a look. Ever want to know how a CEO sees his world? And here's how. Apart from running an organization and strategizing, their key role is to ensure there is money in the bank. Our CEO this week is BobMwiti, the co-founder and CEO of Appstec America. Oh, thank you for creating time, Bob. What kind of business are you leading at Appstec America?
We are an IT consulting firm, and we do help mostly African immigrants to find job opportunities in the US, especially in the IT sector, and also find higher education opportunities over there in the US.
What motivated you to start this company?
Before, I used to work as an IT consultant, and I used to implement a very complex system called Oracle EBS for big, Fortune 500 companies in the US. But I realized that, even with the kind of salary that I was getting, I could not see myself going very, very far. And I decided, let me just do my own thing. And so I worked as an IT consultant for about 5 years, and then after that, then I started my own organization.
Bob, please describe to us your journey to America from Kenya.
I went to the US in 2009, and I went there as a master's student. So I went to a school called Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where I graduated with an MBA in professional accountancy. And before then, I was a student at Strathmore University. I had a BCom degree in finance and accounting. Yeah, and I happened to get a visa after struggling for so many years trying to get one. So I went there to study.
Your studying experience in the US.
Uh-huh.
Can you paint to us a brief picture of that experience?
Studying in the US it's quite different from here in Kenya, especially if you've already done your undergraduate here. In terms of how the education is in the US, it's not very hard actually. I think here in Kenya, education is very hard. So back there, you find that the professors are willing to, you attend classes and they give you marks for just attending. Nothing like that happens in Kenya.
Now, Bob, the next part of Know Your CEO is called Quickfire. We get to know Bob a little bit more, away from the office, away from the co-founder and CEO seat. We loosen up a bit. Bob, please describe to us a day in the life of BobMwiti.
My work revolves around my business, really. I normally wake up probably around 5 or 6 in the morning. I usually don't have any breakfast around that time, so I usually start working because most of the time I work from home. Yeah, so I start working, and then around 8 in the morning, I usually have my first meeting with my team. I have a team that is based here in Kenya, and also some people also in India, in Mumbai. In fact, actually, my co-founder is there. So I usually have those meetings at 8 in the morning. Then after that, now it's all up to anything that comes in. So that's usually how my day is, like from Monday to Friday. In terms of anything else that is out of business, really, sometimes I usually go to the beach. We live close to the beach. I live in Tampa, Florida. Florida has very nice beaches. So sometimes when I'm tired in the evenings, I usually just take my car and just go to the beach and just take a stroll.
What is that one Kenyan thing that you have in your home?
Actually, my car. The number plates, I have Hakuna Matata on the plates, yeah, and the flag. So I'm very patriotic.
This is a funny one, Bob. Many people ask, when a Kenyan goes to India or China, they don't come back with an accent. But when they go to the United States, they come back with an accent. Do you consider yourself as having an American accent, Bob?
I've heard this a million times. And I still see me a Meru. So Merus, wherever you go, no matter where you go, you still remain with the Meru accent. And I don't think I've changed much. I think I have a little bit, but it's because you see when you're dealing on a day-to-day basis with the Americans themselves, sometimes you talk and they may not know what exactly you are talking about, like right. So you have to like twist your tongue for them to actually understand you, and that's where you find
You
us.
get used to it.
Yeah, find us having that Kaliro accent.
As we wind up, what advice do you have for the millions of Kenyan youth who would want to venture into the States?
So what I can tell anybody out there who really want to go to the US, just make sure that you have all the information. Try to do programs also that can give you a longer time for you to find work. For example, if you take up a STEM program, STEM basically means science, technology, engineering, mathematics. That program will potentially give you 3 years of post-graduation work authorization, which is a big deal. I mean, that gives you enough time for you to figure out how to get those long-term work papers.
Thank you, Bob. I'd like you to sign out for us. That's your camera over there. Tell the audience watching back home that the conversation on Know Your CEO continues next Monday.
The conversation on Know Your CEO continues next Monday.